Only one place to start, free kicks. Bristol City get a free kick, 20, 25 yards out. Are you licking your lips going, I'm going to score? How confident are you as you step up?
Yeah, no, I am confident from that range. It's something I've practiced for a few years now. And yeah, I back myself every time there's a free kick, that sort of range. So yeah, I try and obviously score everyone. They don't all go in, but yeah, hopefully keep scoring more.
Of course, a lot of it is natural ability, but just talk to me about the work week in, week out to turn that into a reality on a match day when 9 times out of 10 you hit the target.
Yeah, I've just sort of changed the technique a little bit over the years, and much prefer taking it on the pitch than I do in training. To be fair, because I like the game scenario of it. I feel like I also concentrate a bit more, but yeah, it's obviously do practice it on the training ground. Maybe not as much as I used to, because I feel like I've got the technique now. I don't want to like almost get into bad habits in a way, trying to change stuff. So yeah, I look forward to every free kick I get, and yeah, I do like them.
And how much time do you spend when the free kick's awarded, where you're going to go, the right-hand corner, the left-hand corner? Because I saw a photo of your goal against Blackburn and it looked like the keeper had saved it. He actually got a hand to it, and yet it was so powerful it went in. So how do you decide where to place the ball?
Yeah, I look at the keeper's positioning quite a bit. Yeah, I just know when I'm going over the wall, I trust myself just to try and get it up, and a lot of my free kicks don't go fully in the top corner. They sort of dip a little bit. Don't know if that helps or doesn't help the keeper, to be honest, but yeah, so I just know I try and get it over the wall and let the ball come down. Might go in the middle, might go near the bottom, but yeah, so hopefully as long as it goes in.
I had a chat today with George Ellick, who's from the Not the Top 20 podcast. He's a big fan of yours, and I asked if you're the best free kick taker in the EFL, and he corrected me. Not just the EFL, football in general. He's that praiseworthy of your free kicks at the moment. Just how good are your free kicks, and are you aware that when you hit the ball in the back of the net, they go viral?
Yeah, that's obviously big praise, but yeah, I don't focus on it too much, to be fair. I try and obviously be as good as I can, free kicks, not free kicks, just in general. Free kicks are a big part of my game. It's something I do practice a lot on, and it's where I score a lot of my goals. So yeah, hopefully I can carry on doing that and get a few more this season.
And you don't want to just be known as a free kick specialist. Is it fair to say that you're in your best form at the moment for Bristol City since joining the club, initially on loan and then permanent in the summer?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's obviously start of the season. It was a bit tough because I got injured after a few games, but I wasn't scoring enough at the start, and now I've just started scoring a bit more, which I still want to add to be honest. I'm still not scoring enough, in my opinion, or assisting enough, but yeah, it's definitely going in the right direction, and I'm hoping in the next few weeks I can still add a few more goals.
And it's nice, and how much of a bonus is it that we're not relying on the striker to get all the goals, but goals are currently being shared around the team. I think Anis is still the top scorer. You've scored 1 or 2 goals of late. How important is it that you share the goals amongst the team?
Yeah, definitely. If we want to go anywhere this season, we've got to have goals from all over the pitch, and I think we've done that. I know Luke's chipped in with a few as well, which is massive for us. That yeah, no, he's got a big threat from corners, so he's a big help as well. But yeah, we try and obviously score. The strikers want to score. I want to score as much as possible, but it does help when it comes from other parts of the pitch too.
And City are in a very healthy position at the moment. 8th, just 3 points off the playoffs. As Liam said, it's the third of the season. It only feels like the halfway stage because we're January, but there's only a third of the season to go. How confident, excited are you about City's prospects of, at the very least, challenging for a top 6 finish this season?
Yeah, we tried to go into every game to win. We don't ever go into a game thinking, a point will do here. We try and go in to win. Obviously, that's not going to happen every game, but yeah, that's where our mindset's at. We don't go and play with any fear, and we're just taking it game by game and try and win on Saturday, and carry on the good form.
I guess it's not for the want of trying. How nice would it be, having made Ashton Gate a fortress of late, to replicate that form away from home starting on Saturday? Yeah,
definitely. Obviously, I love playing at home. I think we all love playing at home, but we need to take our home form into some away games. We've had some good away victories this year, but it'd be nice to get a win Saturday. I know Oxford are in really good form, especially at home. So yeah, it'll be a tough game, but we're all looking forward to it.
And there's a real familiarity with Oxford in that Liam was head coach there. I think 4 City first team players played for Oxford at some point in their careers. What can we expect from Oxford? And maybe the atmosphere might be a bit hostile on Saturday. Could that inspire you rather than hinder you?
Yeah, definitely. The better the atmosphere, the more I prefer it. So yeah, I definitely prefer that. But yeah, it's just another game. It's 11v11 on the day. So yeah, the better team usually wins them games. But yeah, we'll try and do our best. We've been working hard this week in training. So yeah, we'll hopefully come prepared and come and get the 3 points.
Keep it up, good work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Scott, the team's not necessarily been on the best run of form away from home recently. Is there a different feeling playing on the road compared to Ashton Gate? Is there anything you can put your finger on why it's not quite clicked the same way it has at home?
No, sometimes as obvious as the pitch. Pitch can make a difference. Pitch at Ashton Gate's really good, and I'm really thankful for that. Obviously, some places pitch isn't going to be perfect, but we've got to find a way to still win. And yeah, I just think there's not a set thing. We don't go into a game with a different mentality or anything like that. We don't change like drastic things what we do at home, whether it's home or away. But yeah, obviously these things happen. I'm sure in a season we'll have a few games where we don't win at home and we are winning away. So it's just how it goes at the minute. But yeah, we're hoping to get the win Saturday.
I don't want to get you in trouble, but Liam spoke about referees after the game Saturday and how in particular you can occasionally seem to get on the wrong end of decisions where refs decide they're not going to give you fouls. Is that a frustrating thing that you can feel in games, and does it irritate you that there isn't that consistency on a game-to-game basis?
Yeah, it is, to be fair. Last Wednesday I was obviously on the wrong end of a couple, but there's not much I can do. I just think that some games that the refs are completely different, so it's hard to judge as a player. But it's not for me to decide. I've just got to try and do my best on the pitch, and obviously a part of my game is getting my body in the way of the ball, and sometimes that can come across like I'm trying to buy fouls and stuff from the referee's point of view. But I think especially on Wednesday that wasn't the case, and yeah. But that's football. It is what it is. I've maybe got to improve other ways where I don't let the referees' decisions determine whether I have a bad game or good game or whatever. So yeah, I just got to focus on myself, to be honest.
Did you notice a difference at all in the Wolves game with the Premier League ref? I know Liam felt it was refereed in a completely different way to your Championship games. Yeah,
there's definitely a difference in the two leagues, just from watching the Premier League week in, week out. But yeah, it's not something that's in my control. There's nothing I can do about that. Who's to say whether it's right or wrong? I don't know. But yeah, there definitely was a difference in that game, yeah.
I just wanted to ask you about your relationship with Liam as well. He's quite open with us after the game Saturday that he didn't feel Sheffield Wednesday was your best performance, and then real praise for you after Saturday's game. How strong is that relationship? Obviously, you've worked together multiple clubs now.
Yeah, definitely. It's really strong. Obviously, he was a big factor of why I wanted to come to Bristol City in the first place. So, yeah, it's a really good relationship. I really enjoy working for him, and can't speak highly enough of him, to be honest.
Do you think this particular system at the moment with the 2 number 10s is getting the best out of you? You seem to have a real connection with Anis in that sort of just behind the striker role.
Yeah, definitely, and we have freedom as well to move in the shape, obviously within reason. But yeah, I think the freedom. The players in the team helping as well, because obviously for me, the way I play, I need the opposite, our own players to either find me in places where I can get the ball in the half turn or something, or even just making runs where I can play. So that's my main strengths, and for that I need my teammates. So they're obviously a big part too.
Is the defensive side of your game something you've worked on? You seem to be popping up, I think the Wolves game in particular, popping up on the edge of your own box, getting involved more out of possession. Is that something you've worked on since you made the move?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that over the last few years, it's just become a bigger part in football, I think. When I was, say, 18, 19, it wasn't a massive thing at Swindon, for example. But yeah, the last few years I've really noticed a level difference in you need to do some work off the ball. You need to get in certain positions, even if it's a few yards at times, that can make the difference. And yeah, I think it's just being a bit more experienced as well. So yeah, obviously I do feel comfortable off the ball. We know the shape we press, when we're pressing, when we're blocking. So yeah, I'm comfortable with all that.
Liam mentioned after the Wolves game as well that you spoke to the team in the changing room after the final whistle. I just wondered is that something you're working on as a leader? Because obviously it's such a young group that you're probably one of the more experienced heads, even though you're quite early on in your career yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's something that I'm trying necessarily to do. I'm someone that if I feel like something needs to be said, I'll speak, and if I get asked a question, I'll happily give my honest opinion. Yeah, it wasn't anything. I'm not trying to take on a role that's not me, but yeah, I've obviously got an opinion, as we all do, and if I feel like it needs to be said, then I'll say it.
With Sinks coming back into the team on Saturday, on paper it feels like the perfect sort of striker for the way you want to play, with running in behind. How much does he offer with that pace and the power he's possessing at the top end of the pitch? Yeah,
massive. I thought he was really good on Saturday. I don't know if he gets the assist for my goal, but I think he should do, but if he doesn't. But yeah, I know as soon as I get it, I've got to find him really, and he makes good runs, good timing of the runs, and he's obviously rapid, does really well. So yeah, I enjoy it.
I know you're someone that there's not been any talk around in the January transfer window, but I just wonder from a player's perspective, what's this month like? Because 48 hours ago, Cal Naismith's your teammate, and now he's not. Same with Fally over the weekend. It's got to be quite a weird dynamic. There's not many other places in the world where something like that changes within a couple of hours.
Yeah, no, it is. Obviously, there's things happen that you don't expect or see coming sometimes, but I think it's all part of the job. There's no guarantees any of us will be here, and it's in life as well, to be fair, on a deeper level. But yeah, it is what it is. It's football. Yeah, we all have been through it for how many years we've been playing professional football. So yeah, we're expect the unexpected, I suppose. That's how we, yeah.
You arrived in January last year. Is it obviously the manager said he's not expecting particularly any movement in the last few days of the window, but how hard is it as a player to integrate into a team, into a group that's been together for 6 months already?
Yeah, I think obviously every player is different, but I felt like off the pitch especially, because I did get injured at first, but off the pitch I mingled with the lads really well last year. And then on the pitch it took a few more weeks, obviously because of the injury, but I personally felt really comfortable last year, but I think that's down to the lads, the staff here and the fans that made me feel welcome, and that's just the type of club I think it is here. I think it's a good club to play for. I definitely enjoy it. So yeah, for me personally it was not a problem.
Just finally for me, Liam mentioned on the weekend he felt he had to put his neck on the line a bit to bring you here permanently in the summer. You obviously arrived for a big fee. Does that come with a bit more pressure, or is that something that you kind of disregard and don't pay any attention to?
Again, that's not in my control what the club's paid for me or whatever like that. I can just do my job on the pitch. Whether it was a free transfer or whatever it was, that's yeah, that doesn't really change my outlook on how I need to play, and I'm always going to try my best, give 100%. Yeah.
Cheers, Scott.
Cheers.
Great. Scott, can you give us a bit of insight into the art of free kicks, please? For a start, can I ask, do you remember your first time you banged in a free kick when you were a kid, or?
When I was a young kid, my technique was very different. I tried and just moving the ball as much as I can, like Ronaldo did at Man United. And then the last sort of few years, especially since COVID, really, I changed my technique drastically. And since then, I've just made subtle little changes to it, which I think helped me. And yeah, I'm really comfortable with that technique now, especially from 20, 25 yards out. That's sort of, I think, my perfect area. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to fine tune it all the time.
When was the first time that you took free responsibility for a free kick? Was it when you were playing for your school team, or a village side or anything like that?
Yeah.
Just trying to paint a picture.
Yeah, I always obviously wanted free kicks, penalties growing up, whether that was in the academy for Swindon School or even younger when I was playing for Wootton Bassett at the age of 5, 6. I'd always want the responsibility to take free kicks, penalties and such. So yeah, it's always been there, but I don't think... as I said, the last few years I think I've really stepped on it and improved quite a bit.
Looking back, who are you sort of? You mentioned Ronaldo there. I think of David Beckham and people like that. Who sort of free kicks have you studied on YouTube and stuff like that and watched and admired?
Yeah, I think the one specific one that changed it for me was the Ronaldo one against Spain in the World Cup, where Ronaldo scored the hat-trick. That he changed his technique for that one, and I was like mind blown by it because I didn't expect that. I've obviously watched Ronaldo play for years and he never really changed his technique, but for that one he changed his technique for it, and I tried it in the garden. I remember or down the sports club in where I'm from. I tried it and I did it quite well. So then over the years I've sort of kept that same technique. We just changed like slight different things. It's different. Going into detail, it's different on different grounds as well. If the pitch is not as good, I have to change it because I can't get under the ball as well. So it's it's a little bit complex at times, but yeah.
What about David Beckham? He's obviously the sort of poster boy when it comes to English football and free kicks. That England free kick against Greece. What are your sort of thoughts on his? Can you critique his sort of technique?
No, he's obviously perfect as well. It works for him. Everyone's got one that works for them, I think. His is more whip. Mine's more like try and get just up and down. But yeah, he was obviously unbelievable at them. His best ones, I think, were just a bit before my time, so I didn't watch them much live. But yeah, he's obviously a specialist at it, and yeah, probably one of the best in the world ever to do it. Yeah,
and you must be flattered by the sort of praise that you're getting about being the best in the business. I presume it's not a worldwide thing, but making out that you're sort of best current exponent of free kicks, that must be sort of praise. But I don't imagine you'll allow it to go to your head.
No, it's obviously it's nice because it's something that I have worked on a lot in the last, especially 5 years. When COVID hit that year, it's something I really practiced, like put a lot of time and effort to. So to see it working, on a match day is all I've ever wanted, to be honest. And yeah, thankfully I've scored quite a few, and hopefully I can score some more. Yeah,
you mentioned COVID. Was that sort of when you guys weren't allowed to sort of mingle? Or?
Yeah, so I luckily had a place where I could go and take free kicks, do my running, because we still had to keep fit at the time. There's a like big sort of park near me, and it's got a goal there, and yeah, I'd practice there, and that's where I sort of homed in on that technique even more. And I remember when I came back pre-season, which was I think a couple of months later, I felt really confident in them, and I think I scored 1 or 2 in the pre-season as well. And yeah, since then I've just tried working on it more and more.
Yeah, when you talk about home, do you mean, is that Wootton Bassett?
Yeah, that's Wootton Bassett. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
And finally, are you one of these that spends lots of times on the training ground here, sort of honing your technique when it comes to free kicks?
Yeah, I think over the years I've picked my moments better now. If my legs are feeling slightly heavy or something, I know not to do anything then, because it can cause injury, but can also cause bad habits. There's been times where I notice my free kicks, if I'd sometimes try too hard with them, they can get slightly worse. So it's trying to find that sweet spot of practicing, but not doing it too much to the point where you're creating bad habits on yourself, or you're trying to do things that just overcomplicate it, basically. So yeah, it's finding the middle ground of just practicing, just enough for you.
Great, excellent. Do you have to drag someone out onto the training ground with you, a goalkeeper, someone to retrieve the balls that fly over the crossbar?
Yeah, they're usually always up for doing extras anyway, the goalies. So yeah, they're perfect for us strikers. We love that. Whether it's shooting, whether it's penalties, free kicks, whatever. So yeah, they're always willing to do it with us.
Excellent. Right, great, Scott. Okay, that's it for me.